What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. So about 2 weeks ago I asked my followers on Instagram to send me their own footage. I got about 200 submissions and some of the clips were absolutely stunning. In this week's episode I'm gonna make this clip go from this to this. And yeah, I'm not allowed to use any LUTs or any plugins. I'll be working in After Effects and the tools I'll be using is pretty much the same in all editing softwares, which means if you're using Final Cut Pro you can still learn from this video. So yeah, this is not a tutorial, this is just me having fun with some cool footage. Let's get started. So a cinematographer named Eirik Skarstein sent me a clip of a guy riding his BMX. It's a pretty cool shot, very nice camera movement. So I'm gonna try to give this clip an expensive look. The reason it doesn't look that expensive right now is because the sky is overexposed. If I add a curve effect and drag it all the way down, you can see that there is no information there, pure white. If this was shot on a red camera, we would probably have been able to save the information, just drag the exposure down, but that's not the case here, so we're gonna have to replace the entire sky. And this may sound difficult, but it's actually very easy to do. We're gonna delete the curves and add a 3D camera effect. To get a better track, you can go to Advanced and click the Detailed Analysis button. When a track is done, you'll have a lot of tracking points to choose between. If you can't see them, you can just bring up the scale, like this. Okay, so I'm gonna select a few tracking points in the back because that's gonna give me the best results. Just like that, and you're gonna right click and select Create Solid and Camera. I'm just gonna rotate this solid so you can see it. And if you play it back, you can see that we have a solid that sticks to the background. So the next thing I'm gonna do is to replace the solid with a picture of the sky. Make sure that the solid layer is selected and simply hold down Alt and drag the sky photo over the solid, like this. Just drop it on. Now we have a new sky that sticks perfectly to the background. It's obviously way too small, so we're gonna bring up the scale and reposition it a little bit. You wanna make sure that it covers the entire sky throughout the whole clip. Obviously this looks really bad, and that's because we need to rotoscope the BMX clip and simply put that over the sky. So the next thing I'm gonna do is to rotoscope the BMX clip. If you have no idea how to use the rotoscope tool, you can just check out my sky replacement tutorial. Link is in the description. So yeah, you can turn the sky layer back on and delete the BMX clip. Then I'm gonna import the BMX clip that has the sky removed. This took me about 10 minutes and it's very easy to do when the edges are so sharp and contrasty. Just put that on top, over the sky photo. Okay, nice. Now we have something that looks really fake and weird. And the reason for that is that the color of the sky doesn't match the BMX clip. It's way too saturated and it's also too dark. And we're gonna fix that by making a new solid. Go to Layer, New and Solid, make it white, and drag it to the bottom of the composition. Then select the sky layer, hit T on your keyboard and bring the opacity down to around 50%. This looks way better already. It's still too much blue though, so we're gonna add a limiter color and just bring the saturation down to 60. Nice. I mean, this looks good, but it's too flat. So now it's time to add some contrast and a really nice grade to this. So we're gonna make a new adjustment layer. And the first thing we're gonna add is curves. If you have no idea how to use curves, I suggest that you just try to use it, just play around with it. I mean, curves is, you can do anything with curves. It's such a powerful tool if you know how to use it. So just play around with it. Now this looks decent. It definitely pops a lot more, but it definitely needs some more colors to it. So I'm gonna add a new effect called Selective Colour. Normally I would just use a LUT and just call it a day, but since I'm not allowed, I'm just gonna use Selective Colour to spice things up. So Selective Colour, quickly explained, is allows you basically to edit every single color in your photo or your clip. So starting off with the yellows, I'm gonna set the cyan to -100. And that's it. Moving on to the greens, I'm gonna set the black to -100 as well. And as you can see, that makes the green pop a lot more. Nice. Moving on to the cyans, you wanna set the cyan to 100 and the magenta to 30. Then blues, you wanna set the cyan to 100, the magenta to -100, and the yellow to -100 as well. Moving on to the whites, be careful with the whites because it can really make your clip look bad. So I'm gonna set it to -10 and the black to -10 as well. Okay, neutrals, I wanna set the sign to -10. Nice, okay, now we have something that looks way better. If you turn it on and off, you can really see the difference. I'm gonna add a Lumetri color as well and set the temperature to 11. Then just a little bit more saturation, set it to like 120%, and contrast to around 30. Okay, let's play it back. Okay, this looks insane. And you can see the before and after as well. It's a crazy difference. And this really shows the power of curves and selective color. You just have to play around with it and it can make your footage look so sick. So last thing I'm gonna do is to select all of the layers and pre-compose them. Just call it BMX clip. Then I'm gonna add shift channels and set the value to only red. So turn off the green and the blue and duplicate the layer twice, like that. Then I'm gonna set the value of the middle layer to blue. Turn off the red and turn on the blue. Then on the bottom, I'm gonna make that green, turn off the red and turn on the green. Now we have 3 layers, 1 green, 1 blue and 1 red. You wanna select the red and the blue layer and set the opacity to screen. Now, if we move the top layer, we get something called Chromatic Aberration. I did this in my last tutorial as well, and it really helps binding the sky and the BMX clip together. And I cannot stress this enough, you have to be careful to not overuse it. If you overuse it, it looks so bad. There's so many people just adding a bunch of chromatic aberration and just hoping that it looks insane. So you want to zoom in and just add a slightly, just move it to the side, one of the sides, just carefully, like this. Okay, let's watch it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you had a fun time and want more stuff like this, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. I'll probably do more of this if you guys like it. If you want to send me a clip, send it to my Instagram. Just send me a DM with a Dropbox link. Yeah, please send Dropbox because that way I can preview the file before I download it. Yeah. Thank you for watching this video and I'll see you guys soon.